the G20 summit. You get what I'm saying? Man, I said, go in a camp. Pisgua, bro. Gotta do it. So we'll be reacting to the G20 summit, right? What's this? Where's that thing? Hey, boo. So nice this one. Ichina sakudzungulo. Ichina sakudzungulo. Right? Ichina sakudzungulo. China sakudzungulo. China sakudzungulo. Dzungulo. Join along with me into Gogo. China sakudzungulo. Hey, China sakudzungulo. China sakudzungulo. Okay. Nkomo. I'm sure I'm going to Kulukumba. I'm getting the Gaswana. G20 summit, President Ramaphosa, South Africa, you know, we're in the mix. Let's listen to what the president has to say. Let's start it from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Let's go.
Economic communities, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, all guests who are gathered here, it is an honor and a privilege to welcome you as South Africa to this very first G20 Leaders Summit to be held on African soil. We gather here at the cradle of humanity in Africa to affirm our common humanity.
Okay.
We gather here to affirm
cradle of humankind. This is where it all began, my brother, my sister. Don't forget. So when they try, you know, let's tell them. But they found us. But we also found them. You get what I'm saying?
The value of partnership and cooperation to finding common solutions to shared problems. Shortly before the dawn of democracy in South Africa, the father of our democracy, Nelson Mandela, said, "The time has come for South Africa to take up its rightful and responsible place."
Shout out Nelson Mandela. You know, we don't speak bad about the dead. Let the man rest. But shout out to him, shout out to the father of our freedom. You know what I mean.
In the community of nations, today, as we open this G20 Leaders Summit, South Africa is deeply aware of the profound responsibility that membership of the community of nations places upon us.
Work is a pain in the ass. My files are in this app, my chats in this app, projects in that app. Oh, wow. You really worked your ass off, Daniel. You need ClickUp. ClickUp is the AI-powered work platform that unifies your entire team and all your tools together in one place. No, not like that. No. It's a single place for your projects and docs, whiteboards and dashboards, calendars and chat, so your work goes from scattered to seamless. Plus, you get a fleet of AI agents to help you move at warp speed to get more done. This is the future.
We also understand the responsibility of being entrusted with the presidency of the G20. In the execution of its task as president of the G20, South Africa has, throughout the past year, through its stewardship of some 130 meetings in various parts of South Africa, in other countries on the African continent, and beyond our shores, including at the United Nations, we have sought to undertake this task with care.
Let's check something, right? Let me do this, and then let's just quickly check something, right? No, I didn't need to do that. Okay, we are checking. Let's do this quickly. Okay, yeah, no, we needed to do that. Okay, and then we come here. Video. So, no, we don't want that. We don't want that either. So, this is not discard. Remove you. Delete you. We want to add window capture. Yes, we want to add you. We want we want Chrome, but yes, we want this one. Okay. 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 Fuck it. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay. Let's just do that. So I wanna check United. What are the United Nations? You know? So okay, United Nations is an international organization established after World War II to maintain international peace and security, protect human rights, deliver humanitarian aid, and promote sustainable development in international law. Like, I feel like okay. I feel like there's a duplication of services amongst most of the world organizations, right? Like your World Health, your United Nations, your yes. Okay, let's check all international bodies. International humanitarian organizations, international humanitarian organizations. Let's check. Here's UNICEF, United Nations. Okay, United Nations, World Food Program, UNICEF, and Oxfam International. Right. The UN Office for UNICEF. Okay, so damn. So the only one is this owned by the United Nations, because all these other ones, it seems like they're programs of the United Nations. From what I'm understanding, from my standpoint, that's what I'm understanding. So, but yeah, okay. I just wanted to understand what the United Nations were. We can go back to the president.
With dignity and with diligence, We have sought at all times to preserve the integrity and the stature of the G20, a premier forum of international economic cooperation. From its initial focus on broad macroeconomic issues, the G20 is now engaged on matters such as trade, sustainable development, health, education, science and technology, agriculture, energy, the environment, climate change, and many others. It has therefore broadened its scope as the challenges of the peoples of the world requires that they should be addressed. As the G20 countries, we understand that progress on each and all of these issues is a necessary.
Sorry about that. Let me just quick fast and hard. But I saw the India Prime Minister posted that group. We'll check.
All of these issues.
Okay. Now let's continue.
Is a necessary condition for strong, sustainable, balanced, and inclusive growth. In pursuit of and in conformity with the founding mission of the G20, South Africa adopted the theme solidarity, equality, and sustainability for its presidency in 2025. Through solidarity, we can create an inclusive future that advances the interests of people around the world who are at the greatest risk of being left behind. This is important in an interconnected world where the challenge faced by one nation affects all other nations. By promoting equality, we strive to ensure fair.
Like, do you want equality or equity? And equity is a bit difficult to get because it's like, but which one is more desirable?
And equal opportunities for the individuals and nations of the world. The disparities in wealth and development within and between nations is not only unjust and unsustainable, it is also one of the greatest impediments to sustainable development. It is essential that we break down divisions of economic status, of gender, of race, and geography. Sustainability involves meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. As a founder,
what we develop now should be maintainable and easy to maintain for the coming generation. Because how does it help that we solved the problem now, but 20 years from now that problem has bad more, like 20 more problems. You get what I'm saying? Like, it would be better if the problem that you solve now solves 20 more solutions in the future, instead of working backwards to say, okay, we'll see when we get to the future how we'll solve the problems that, it's better to
member of the G20,
proactively solve.
South Africa has sought to ensure that the development priorities of the Global South and the African continent find expression firmly and permanently on the agenda of the G20. This is important not only for the people of Africa and the Global South. It is vital for global stability and security, alleviating resource pressures, managing population movements, and reducing the risk of conflict. We seek stability because it attracts investment, it improves planning and reduces the risk of global economic shocks. And we prioritize inclusive and vibrant markets because they are able to drive innovation and efficiency.
Okay, let's go back. I'm not hearing it.
Risk of global economic shocks. And we prioritize inclusive and vibrant markets because they are able to drive innovation and efficiency.
Which ones are those? Which ones are those markets? Like inclusive and vibrant markets? Is it like in terms of the economy, what markets are those? You know, I'm interested to know.
Thriving economies lift people out of poverty. They encourage greater investment and trade, and they generate the revenue needed to invest in public goods. The threats facing humanity today, from escalating geopolitical tensions, global warming, pandemics, energy and food insecurity, to inequality, unemployment, extreme poverty, and armed conflict, jeopardize our collective future. It is therefore essential that we make greater and faster progress towards the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
This feels like more of a United Nations focused brief. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are, like, I'm interested, bro. Like, who are the United Nations, bro? Like, 51 member states. There's now 193 members. Its headquarters are in New York City. Okay. Just we're listening to the sharks. I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I was checking the United States here. United Nations. I mean, so this seems more like a United States organization. Like they first created the United States, and then they were like, what about uniting the world? You know, are we part of the United Nations? Yes. What are we looking at right now, guys? If I leave you, tell me, ne? Tell me you can't see. Tell me you can't see it so that I can move to the right. I can move to the right screen. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, WSTA in the chat, man, for hosting this thing. WSTA in the chat, bro. You feel me? You smell me? Yeah. So right now, it's South Africa. Part of the United Nations. Let's see. I typed that twice. Crazy. Yeah, South Africa is a member of the United Nations, having been a founding member in 1945. Although it was suspended from 1974 to 1994 due to apartheid, it was readmitted after transitioning to a democracy and continues to participate in UN programs and forums. Okay, so we were a founding member in 1945, and then we got kicked out in 1974 and 1994. So, the teams, the United Nations, got everybody together and are like, we're signing this thing where we'll help each other out if there's anything. You get what I'm saying? Like we are better together than apart. And I think it was just the colonies, probably. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's get a list of the United Nations because I'm figuring out it might be all the colonies of the UK, United Kingdom. Like these niggas like United, dog. They've been United. Let's see the United Kingdom. Kingdom origin. Origin. Let's see. 1801. Crazy. United States. Let's see. States of America. Let's see. United Colonies. 1776. Yeah. So this map was the originators of United. Basically. Basically. United States are the originators. Okay, so 19. Um, what other countries? Okay. What other African countries are shucks. Okay, sorry about that. Parts of the United Nations. Djibouti, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Morocco. What? Regional groups of member states. Okay. I don't know what this. Okay. Let's, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.
We welcome the Seville Commitment adopted in June this year, which sets forth a renewed global framework for financing for development. We must use this framework to catalyze development investments at scale in developing economy countries. We must continue the reform of the international financial architecture.
You know, there was a time I was doing geo. So I did geo in from grade 10 to like grade 12, right? So we're learning about the different type of countries and everything about well the structure geographically of the countries and where which one is where, like which one is what I mean, the hierarchy and whatever. Like your first world, second world, third world, whatever. I don't even know if there's a second world. Shout out to them if they're there. Blah blah blah. Middle child, Marine Limek. What do we call them? Yeah, middle child. Um, we learned that South Africa is a third world country. So I was like, hey, what makes us a third world country, dog? And then I checked, like, they were comparing all the first world countries like USA, UK, stuff like that. And now you can see what I am, man. These guys also suffer from the same thing we suffer from. What makes them first world? Like, Hegi Shevile, Hegi Bona, man. Tell these guys, they're eating off our backs, basically. That's what makes them first world. Like, basically. So, but yeah.
Ensuring that institutions are strengthened and are more inclusive and are equipped to meet the challenges both of the present and the future. At the beginning of our G20 presidency, we identified 4 high-level priorities. Firstly, we focus on action to strengthen disaster resilience and response. While climate-induced natural disasters affect countries around the world, they have a particularly devastating impact on countries that cannot afford the costs of recovery and rebuilding. We have agreed that it is essential for the global community, international finance institutions, development banks, and the private sector to scale up post-disaster construction.
We had disasters in KZN. There was a lot of flooding there. I wonder how that project is going to rebuild KZN. Because we had those who know. I don't know about now because it's been raining hella crazy. So I don't know about now if like right now we're able to. How are they dealing with good things currently? Because I don't know how the rain has been. So let's just check. What's the update basically on Durban floods? Let's see. Durban flood restoration from April 2022 and subsequent floods is ongoing. In November 2025, with significant progress in rebuilding critical infrastructure like roads, electricity, and water systems, but human settlements and some local services still face challenges and delays. The city is focused on building more climate-resilient infrastructure. Okay. Yeah, they need to elevate the. They need to, either get retaining walls. But retaining walls don't help, because those were floods from rain, not water coming into the terrain. So either they have to better drainage system, and then also get people out of wetlands, higher elevated areas, and hopefully they'll figure that one out. Oh, okay, makes sense. Hopefully they'll figure that one out. Let's go back to the video.
Secondly, we agreed that we must take action to ensure debt sustainability for low-income countries. The G20 needs to renew its efforts to advance debt sustainability.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. I agree. As South Africans, as South Africa, why are we being policed the same way in terms of debt repayment and stuff? It's the same in a country like dog. You can't expect someone who's earning. But even though that's what affects the interest, right? Those who earn less because they're higher risk, they might not be able to pay, so the interest is higher, right? But that's fucked up. Why? You put me in this position, first of all, unless if it's a matter of other things. But in terms of developing countries, especially Africa, dog, you put me in this position. You've been chowing from my back for years. You get what I'm saying? And now, when I say, okay, Sharp, can you borrow me some money, my brother, so that I can at least build, my children a house, you're telling me you're gonna charge me 20% or 40% interest because I don't have, the revenue that you have. when you be making revenue of my. It's crazy, it's crazy. But yeah, I tell you, it's life.
Time, laying emphasis on those countries in the global south that are suffering from debt repayments. Thirdly, we said we should mobilize finance for a just energy transition, increasing the quality and quantity of private finance flows to developing economy countries. Fourthly, we emphasized the importance of harnessing critical minerals for inclusive growth and sustainable development through the beneficiation of the minerals at the place of extraction. In addition to these four priorities, we have prioritized issues of inclusive economic growth, industrialization, inequality, unemployment, and security and artificial intelligence. Much of the work of the past year will be presented and considered at this meeting. We commend in particular the G20 at 20 review, which provides a detailed account of the path that this organization has traversed as the G20. It describes both our achievements and our challenges and makes proposals on how we can organize ourselves to be more focused on our core mandate. We welcome the work of the G20 Africa Expert Panel, which was led by South Africa's former Minister of Finance, Mr. Trevor Manuel. The panel argues that African efforts to accelerate productive investments require new global partnerships and strong multilateral cooperation. It calls on the G20 to support this effort by building a global policy framework that unlocks long-term finance and lower costs and investment at scale. We are also grateful for the work of the G20 Extraordinary Committee of Independent Experts on Global Inequality that was led by Professor Joseph Stiglitz, a Nobel laureate. The recommendations of the Extraordinary Committee provide a solid platform on which to launch a renewed global effort to tackle inequality. As this is the first G20 Leaders Summit,
Like, I don't know. No one is taking notes, bro, from South Africa. I can't see the other bro, so like I can't comment on them, but like, or it's because already there's been a declaration. I don't know.
to be held in Africa, it carries the hopes and must reflect the aspirations of the people of this continent and of the world. We should not allow anything to diminish the value, the stature, and the impact of the first African G20 presidency. This G20 Leaders Summit has a responsibility not to allow the integrity and the credibility of the G20 to be weakened. In fact, from this summit, we should have a sense that the G20 has been strengthened. We thank all delegations that have worked together with us in good faith to produce a worthy G20 outcome document for this historic leaders meeting. The G20 underscores the value of the relevance of multilateralism. It recognizes that the challenges that we face can only be resolved through cooperation, collaboration, and partnership. The adoption of the declaration from the summit sends an important signal to the world that multilateralism can and does deliver. It sends a message of hope.
Like, yeah, bruh. You get me? It's better if we're all pulling the fucking ox to a certain direction than you are standing there with all, the resources, and then I'm trying to pull this fucking ox by myself that's gonna help feed all of us. Like, you feel me? Send me the coins. Send me the coins, let me get some machinery to pull this motherfucking thing. The same way you're pulling yours there where you're sitting. So that we can all have more oxes at the end of the chain. Send me the coins. Let me hear on my phone, you get what I'm saying? While I'm still chilling. So that I can also, you get what I'm saying, get to the bag. Like, send me the bag, bro.
Solidarity across the world. It tells the world that as the leaders of the G20, we will keep fast to our solemn pledge to leave no person, no community, and no country behind. With those words,
we're sitting in a very difficult position in South Africa, right? Like, being a good bro, dog, it never ends well, bro. You know what I'm saying? The one who's fighting for it never ends well. Let's see. We're in a difficult position. We can't behave like they're behaving, you know what I mean? Like, we can't exploit. I'm telling you. We have to be fair because of where we come from.
declare the G20 Leaders Summit open, and thank you.
Dope speech by the president, but yeah, there's some questions. Some questions that needed answered. Here they were arriving, let's see.
With smart features like integrated sockets to power your devices and versatile reading lights, essential for settling down with a good book.
Debt forgiveness is to return and also to draw a plan of the sustainable debt, because debt in itself is not bad. If the developed countries do have debts, but they are sustainable relative to their GDP, relative to how their economies are functioning, and also relative to the premium that is placed upon those debts. So it is important for an African continent to be ahead, to say, guys, we are sustaining because the finance is far too expensive for us as the developing world, for us as the African continent. And having Dr.
It's a bit difficult, but yes, maybe it be based on calculations. You get what I'm saying? Don't base it on the Africans, so they deserve this much interest. No, base it on like the fucking economy, dog. Base it, can I afford? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Don't base it on of this high unemployment. No, we have different strategies of calculating unemployment. So don't base it off of that. Base it off of my revenue. Let's pay yourself. Is all I'm saying.
The Prince Tedros, I was seeing them him on Mentire, talk about vaccines and talk about the availability of vaccines, especially as we saw the COVID-19 pandemic as well. And I like that you also mentioned that it key and critical that we are ready for any eventuality on the hand. That is what I like is because shifted itself, but not just the economy, but the world.
But a rise in terms of the production of vaccines. We serve in Egypt, calling for the, but it's also getting the buying that comes down. Making it's not just
Okay, something is wrong. I don't know if it's me or what, but it's lagging. names there. Where's the audio now? Mabalambe, man. Mabalambe, you must not be fooled when you have to, sign things. You must be hungry so that you don't drink too much. You must just sign. Yeah. Because if you are full, now you'll rob us. Now. Where's the audio, guys? News 24. What are you doing? Audio. Am I the only one? Is it me? No, it's not me. Yeah, the audio leaves them sometimes. Listen, we can't even hear Brazil. News to what is this now? Can't hear what this Brazil bro saying. I'm just here. Can't hear the audio. Zinmai. We'll come back. So we heard that one. News 24 is the only one that's live. So the only live coverage we have is News 24, guys. Ain't no flipping way, bro. No ways. Okay, yeah. CNN is live. Let's see. News 24 are disappointing me. Disappointing me. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. News 24. Can't believe it. Hey man. Even these ones, they have no sound now. I thought it was News 24. What if? Yeah. Now. Yeah. Click that. Come on. Hello. Sumak. Yeah, hold hands, guys. Hold hands. Hold hands are free too. Oh yeah, those ones are allowed to hold hands, guys. They are. Yeah, everyone must hold hands. Yes, humanity. You see, this is humanitarian stuff. Hold hands. Yes. Thank you very much. And April, you have been good. Kwaze kwamnandi South Africa. Ayakinathi, very good. Akubani manje la. A greater Africa, a greater world, a greater, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, Operation Dudula members, one brood got pepper sprayed. You see, I'm looking at the story now here on my phone. But it was suddenly Dabula. Got pepper sprayed. So, what happened is they tried to leave the designated area. I don't know if you can see. They tried to leave the designated area. Oh, leak! Damn. Oh my goodness, okay. They tried to leave the designated area. As you can see. Damn. Shit, okay, I beg. Where's the sound, guys? I can't watch niggas walking around all day. Let's see Twitter. What are they saying on Twitter? What are they saying on Twitter? Let's check Twitter real quick. What went wrong, my sister? My sister, what's going wrong? Huh? Operation to do. Let's Twitter down, guys. Hagbo. Twitter. What are you saying now? Hey, let's go out and come back to Twitter. Let's go out and come back in again. Because what is my brother saying? Yeah? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So niggas were hustling here. Nebali maguzumela. Unali maguzumela with this thing. Unali maguzumela. Look, there are guzumelas here. People were hustling. They're not playing games. They're not sleeping. Not playing games. People are hustling. India, Canada, and what's this? Australia technology partnership. Which one is this one? We're busy organizing things. We're not signing deals. We also signed some few deals, so we're gonna go into them like in a minute. The initiative will deepen collaboration between democratic partners across 3 continents and 3 oceans in emerging technologies, support diversity of supply chains, clean energy, and mass adoption of AI. We call it something else. What is it going here? So Australia has now 2 organizations with the same name. A new trilateral technology and innovation partnership. Okay. Yeah, but the goal is multilateral. Okay, we have to start somewhere. Oh, South Africa, most handsome men. La la. Yo. And the rate that Liverpool is going right now, this is possible. This is very much possible. The rate that Liverpool is going right now, I wouldn't put it past it. They've been disappointing us, I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. Argentina does not endorse the G20 declaration. We don't care. Who gives a fuck? We don't care, man. Argentina is racist anyways. Who gives a flying fuck, bro? I don't give a fuck if they endorse it or else. Okay. My listening for didn't have sound. That's my point. Yo, and I'm not gonna sign out for shit. Yeah. gonna spin it again until we get it right, guys. There's that thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. So no,